Hello, YouTube world. Um, I have been having a hard week. I have a ton of work to do to catch up on. So I was starting to feel just really super alone, for lack of a better term. And so I felt like if I came on, even though I still look crazy, and I said I wasn't gonna look crazy next time you saw me, but sorry. Um, that I could just do my work, get some work done, and not feel like I was by myself doing it. I literally, I don't even know. I think I've been kind of in this house for like 2 weeks now by myself, and I'm tired of being by myself. So now I'm with you all. So that's how we're rolling. Don't let um, don't let my mood fool you. I'm actually motivated to get some work done. I'm just coming off a really bad couple weeks. So I really miss everybody. So I'm just gonna sit here and work and listen to music. I'm gonna be playing my one playlist. I have a playlist that I listen to. Excuse my voice. Hopefully you won't hear me singing too loud or trying to sing or failing at it. I have a playlist that I listen to that I like to work to, and for some reason I can type and sing and listen to it and still not mess up what I'm working on. Don't ask me how I do it. I think the part of my brain that hears and listens to and participates in music is not the same part that that I type with or that my other brain writes with. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I can. I remember when I was a kid, my friend's mom walked in on me because I was using my friend's. She had an electric typewriter. Woo! And she walked in on me, and I was singing probably George Michael because that was one of my main things I would play when I was writing. And she's like, "Are you typing what you're saying?" And I'm like, "No, the song is different than what I'm working on." And she's like, "How are you doing that?" And until that point, and I think I was 17 or so. So until that point, I never realized that I did it. So I still do it. So just, just sharing. So if you're wondering, like, how is she typing and singing songs in French? I don't know how. So anyway, give me a second to set up, and then actually I'll go check and see if anybody actually joined who's actually listening, because I don't know. Like, I haven't even done that yet. So bear with me, and I'll try to. No telling if I can. Let's just call this an experiment, and we'll see if anything actually happens. So, what did I do? I did this. I did it like backwards. Anyway, okay. So now I will be able to periodically come back and see if anybody's talking. So again, just in case people missed the beginning, I'm I'm alone, and I've been alone. I've been kind of feeling shut into my apartment for like the past couple of weeks, and I'm tired of being by myself. So I wanted to hang out with you all and get my work done because I have a lot of work to catch up on now. Oh, hi, Crystal. I'm glad somebody's here, so I'm not 100% talking to myself, which was the purpose of coming on right now was to just not be by myself because I've been feeling kind of lonely. Full disclosure. So there's that. So if you have work to do, join me in doing some work. And like I said, periodically I'll come back in and check what's going on with chat. And you can hear my music, which probably means that after I finish broadcasting, they're going to delete this because I'm sure it'll be like violating some copyright codes or something like that. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying. I'm rambling now. All right, on to work, my lovelies.
Mon cœur en est sûr et certain. Il aime un cœur et c'est le tien. Tout seul, ton cœur est triste. Tout seul, mon cœur s'attriste. Un seul remède, laissons-les, laissons-les. Ensemble, tous les deux. Ensemble, ils sont heureux. Rien n'existe pour eux que de parler d'amour. Ensemble, tous les deux. Ensemble, ils ont pour eux un monde merveilleux, un monde fait d'amour. Tu vois, ils savent se parler, trouver les mots, les inventer. Ton cœur, laisse-le faire, puisque je sais lui plaire. Il ne te reste qu'à m'aimer, à m'aimer. Ensemble, tous les deux. Ensemble, tout est bleu. La vie me semble un jeu où se gagne l'amour. Ensemble, tous les deux. Ensemble, si tu veux, nous vivons tous les deux un merveilleux amour. Mon amour, mon amour.
Les rois du monde, le sommet, ils ont la plus belle du pays à faire. Ils ne savent pas ce qu'on pense en bas. Ils ne savent pas qu'ici c'est les rois. Les rois du monde font tout ce qu'ils veulent. Ils ont du monde autour d'eux, mais ils sont seuls. Dans leur château, là-haut du sommet. Dans leur dommage, on cloche la nuit. C'est que dans sous comme le vent, il y a que ça d'un moment, c'est pas mal pour un endroit, c'est bien pour les rois du monde, tout, c'est qu'ils comprennent, les chiens et les loups, ils font des pièges, ils tomberont un jour, ils se protègent de tout même l'amour, les rois du monde. C'est pas ton tour, c'est bien la place, et tu prends la tournée, et on va la guerre, on la voit pas, on sait même pas pourquoi, ça c'est je le vois. J'oublie après nuit, la sincère sur la tête, c'est pour faire oublier, c'est que dans son comme le vent, pour vivre, il y a que ça d'important, c'est bien d'important, c'est bien J'oublie après nuit, ça sert sur la tête, c'est pour faire oublier. C'est ce son, sur la tête, c'est pas mal, c'est bien pour on sait qu'on est pas mal. On se balade, la解开我最神秘的等待，星星坠落，风在吹动，冬雨在将你融入怀中，两颗心颤抖。相信我不变的真心，千年等待有我承诺，无论经过多少的寒冬，我绝不放手。
이제 나의 손을 잡고 눈을 감아요. 우리 사랑했던 날들 생각해봐요. 우리 너무 사랑해서 아팠었네요. 서로 사랑한단 말도 못했었나요.
每一夜被心痛穿越，思念有没有终点？早习惯了孤独相随，我微笑面对，相信我，你选择等待，再多苦痛也不 闪躲，只有你的温柔能解救无边的冷漠。
이제 나의 손을 잡고 눈을 감아요. 우리 사랑했던 날을 생각해봐요. 우리 너무 사랑해서 아팠었네요. 서로 사랑한단 말도 못했었네요.
让爱成为你我心中那永远盛开的花，穿越时空绝不低头，永不放弃的梦。
우리 너무 사랑해서 아팠었네요. 서로 사랑한단 말도 못했었네요.
让爱成为你我心中那永远盛开的花，
우리 소중했던 약속 잊지는 말아요.
唯有真爱追随你我，穿越无尽时空。
서로 사랑한단 말도 못했었네요.
爱是心中唯一不变美丽的神话。大家同心作战，让匈奴绝望。为何这群士兵都像个姑娘？你们笨拙3万又6年，我会改变你的前途，要成为男子汉，不认输。 压稳你的步履，内心要坚定，开阔你的胸襟，求生要决心。胆小又害怕，心乱如麻，已经慌茫人住，要成为男子汉，不认输。 希望起了灯火光临，让大家全都对他下傻瓜。特别心惊胆有战，
甚至还是秘密。
要是你可不要了我小弟，心动快送向那江河关起，我怀里像那风暴无情，满腔热血像那野火压境，伸出鬼魔像那暗夜的恶魔。时光毫不留情。 胸不快逼近，听从我的指令，才能够活命。沙滩太残酷，血光杀戮，若害怕踏上归路，要成为男子汉，不认输。 心动快速向那江河关起，我怀里像那风暴无情， 满腔热血像那野火压境，像出规模像那夜的恶魔。风快速像那江河湍急，我怀里像那风暴无情。满腔热血像那野火压境，像出规模像那夜的恶魔。
Yo me abandonas así, hablando sola de ti. Ven y me vuelve mi afín la sonrisa que se fue. Una vez más, toca tu piedad y hondo suspiro. Recuperemos lo que se ha perdido. Regresa a mí, quédame otra vez. No hay dolor que dice yo cuando te separas de mí. Dime que sí. Ya no quiero llorar, regresa a mí. No puedo olvidar. Tráeme el amor que se fue, tráeme a la dicha también. Quiero que vengas a mí y me vuelvas a querer. No puedo más, si tú no estás, tienes que llegar. Mi vida se apaga sin ti a mi lado. Ven a mí, quédame otra vez. No hay dolor que dice yo cuando te separas de mí. Dime que sí, ya no quiero llorar, regresa a mí. No me abandones así, hablando sola de ti. Devuélveme la pasión de tus brazos. Ven a mí, quédame otra vez. Cuando te separaste de mí. Dime que sí, no quiero llorar. Regresa a mí, oh baby. Dime que me quieres. Regresa a mí, mi vida. Sin ti que no puedo.
Jimmy, komm, come on. Steh auf, bitte. Du bist ganz nass. Schon spät, komm. Wir müssen weg hier, raus aus dem Wald, verstehst du nicht? Wo ist dein Schuh? Du hast ihn verloren, als ich dir den Weg zeigen musste. Wer hat verloren? Du dich? Ich mich? Oder Jungs? Quit living on dreams. Life is not what it seems. That you're lonely little girl in a cold, cold world. There's someone who needs you today. Quit living on dreams. Life is not what it seems. You're lost in the night. No one is further than light. There's someone who needs you. Es ist kalt, wir müssen weg hier kommen. Dein Lippenstift ist verwischt. Du hast ihn gekauft und ich habe es gesehen. Zu viel Rot auf deinen Lippen. Du hast gesagt, mach mich nicht an. Aber du warst durchschaut. Augen sagen mehr als Worte. Du brauchst mich doch nicht. Alle wissen, dass wir zusammen sind ab heute. Jetzt höre ich sie. Sie kommen. Sie kommen dich zu holen. Sie werden dich nicht finden. Niemand wird dich finden. Du bist bei mir. Too lonely little girl in a cold, cold world. There's someone who needs you. Quit living on dreams. Tonight is not what it seems. The last in the night, no one is further than alive. There's someone who's gonna need you tonight.
Newsflash! In den letzten Monaten ist die Zahl der vermissten Personen dramatisch angestiegen. Die jüngste Veröffentlichung der lokalen Polizeibehörde berichtet von einem weiteren tragischen Fall. Es handelt sich um ein 19-jähriges Mädchen, das zuletzt vor 14 Tagen gesehen wurde. Die Polizei schließt die Möglichkeit nicht aus, dass es sich hier um ein Verbrechen handelt.
Too long to live in a cold, cold but someone should need to help. Like there's nobody it seems. You're lost in the night. Don't understand all that fight. There's someone who's not feeling like me. When living on dreams, but there's nobody it seems that you're lonely and in a cold, cold world. But there's someone who's good. Jamás sentí en el alma tanto amor y nadie más que tú me amó. Por ti reí y lloré, renací también. Lo que tú me di por tenerte aquí. Ya sé que despedirnos es mejor. Sufriendo pagaré mi error. Ya nada será igual. Lo tengo que aceptar y hallar la fuerza en mí para este adiós. Aléjate, no puedo más. Ya no hay manera de volver el tiempo atrás. Olvídate de mí, déjame seguir a solas con mi soledad. Aléjate, ya dime adiós. Me resignaría a seguir sin tu calor y jamás entenderé qué fue lo que pasó. Si nada puedo hacer, aléjate. Voy a arrepentirme del ayer, amándote hice mujer, por el amor aquel, por serte siempre fiel. Hoy tengo que ser fuerte y aprender. Aléjate, no puedo más. Ya no hay manera de volver el tiempo atrás. Olvídate de mí y déjame seguir a solas con mi soledad. Aléjate, ya dime adiós y me resignaría a seguir sin tu calor y jamás entenderé qué fue lo que pasó. Si nada puedo hacer, aléjate. Aléjate, no puedo más. Ya no hay manera de volver el tiempo atrás. Oh, olvídate de mí y déjame seguir a solas con mi soledad. Aléjate, ya dime adiós. Me resignaría a seguir sin tu calor y jamás entenderé qué fue lo que pasó. Sin nada puedo hacer, aléjate. 시끄럽게 넘기 진짜 싫어 눈물이 마르도록 빌어 끝까지 갈게 두고 봐 너 날 잘못한 느꼈어 사랑했던 우리인데 그냥 꿈이 나긴데 왜 넌 내 여자를 건드려 너 왜 그보다 기억나 사랑만큼 너 두고 봐 사랑을 갖고 부정을 갖고 장난치는 너 두고 봐 생각만 해도 내 몸이 떨려와 너 용서 못해 이제부터 경쟁이야 너 두고 봐 그녀가 또 있잖아 경쟁이야 내 사랑 건드린 너 경쟁이야 그녀가 떠나던 날난 몸을 참고 부비지라만 했어 미안합니다 친구입니다 내가 이럴 수 있어 널 저주하겠어 이제 제발 나 몰래 내 그놈을 다 돌려줄게 이제 널 절대 가만 안 둬 이제 널 알게 될 거라 생각은 했겠지 널 용서 못해 이제부터 경쟁이야 너 두고 봐 그녀가 또 있잖아 경쟁이야 너 두고 봐 그녀가 또 있잖아 너 때문에 또 울잖아 모든 게 끝이잖아 내 사랑 건드린 너 경쟁이야 그녀가 또 울잖아 경쟁이야 그녀가 또 울잖아 너 때문에 또 울잖아 모든 게 끝이잖아 내 사랑 건드린 너 전쟁이야
Hey, I needed to take a second from the music, give you a break from the crazy music too, and try to read some of the stuff. I couldn't read everything while I was typing. My brain isn't that crazy. It won't let me sing, type, and read. But give me a moment. Oh my goodness, look at all these hearts. You guys are the best. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if everybody came in when I started, but just want to say again that I've kind of just been alone, and my my last 2 weeks have been horrible from trying to still recover. Like, I can't believe I'm still trying to recover from the hospital stay. And then well, some of you already know I lost my father Monday, and he was just amazing. So I mean, I don't want to really go into all that, but he was just, I think when it came down to the parents lottery kind of thing, I won big with my parents. And now I don't have any parents. I feel, as old as I am, I feel very orphaned. And you know, like, and I'm very close to my sisters, but my sisters aren't close with each other, if that makes any sense. So on top of going through all the crazy stuff that I'm going through personally, and then the stuff with them just deciding that they always want to be at war, and even for something as big as losing yet another parent, they can't come together for that. It's just been hard on me. And then in so much going on in the writing world that I love so much that I haven't been able to really participate in, which, you know, it is what it is. I couldn't participate because I wasn't well enough to. So I just started feeling even more left out and alone, you know. So I really appreciate you guys hanging with me today. I'm so sorry if I'm bringing you down. I am not trying to. I really am not. In fact, I was playing all my songs and my writing stuff, and I actually got a lot written. Like, I don't know what the word count is, but I went to town. So I don't know what else to say. I don't, because I want to be open, but I don't want to make everybody sad. So I'll say this: you all make me immensely happy, even if I don't sound like it right now. You guys, you just don't know. You guys are amazing. You are amazing to me, and I'm glad that you're wanting to write with me, even if I'm a little blue. So, oh, I'm sorry. These are not tears of sadness. I'm reading some of the stuff that you guys are writing. And you guys are amazing. You oh my goodness. Nova, you're a mess. Thank you. So you guys got to see like half of my writing playlist. What I do is I use that, the whole thing. I'm not going to torture you all with the whole thing. I use it and I play through. I think The whole thing is like an hour, or a little over an hour. And I time myself to when I hear the first song again, how far I got. And I like to do 4 cycles in a day. That way I know I got my 4 hours in. If I do 4 hours, man, I can get like 2 chapters done, depending on which story I'm writing on. I mean, 2 clean chapters done. So I'm pretty proud of that. But if I don't have the music, this is why, like, I love doing the sprints because I love being with everybody. But in the sprints, I don't get as much done as far as word count. Like, I don't get big word counts because I don't have the other music that's how do I describe that? I don't have the distraction that I need to quiet everything else down so that I can type. And that's kind of what the music does, especially the foreign languages, which I can sing in a lot of foreign languages. But for whatever reason, if it's mostly not English, then I can type all in English and sing in Korean or sing in Mandarin or German. I don't remember. What playlist. Oh, this playlist had a lot of Spanish on it. So I think I'm better at the Spanish than the German. But I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry. Oh. But I get words. I get like 5 or 6. I think I get like 800 to 1,000 on our long sprints. You know, like 200 or 300 at a time. But without the music, that's about all I can get in. If I have the music, turning off the other stuff, I can get more words in for some reason. Villain. Oh, you sing in Japanese? Little Japanese. I'm not. My Japanese isn't as good as my Korean and Mandarin. Yeah, I'm the same way. I couldn't probably, maybe Spanish. I could carry on a conversation, but don't hold me to that. But maybe Korean a little bit. But I can understand more than I can speak, if that makes sense. Oh, okay, Stewie. Yeah, and we still got to get together. Forgive me for breaking our date for the Ingram Spark Speak. That I just wasn't. My head wasn't ready for it, and I did ask. I believe that the artillery contacted a couple of you to let you know what was going on. I just couldn't really talk. I was in a bad place. You could ask hot guys to get into your car in Germany. You teach me how to do that. I would love to be able to do that. I think the artillery is she's my son can speak is pretty fluent in Japanese, and I think the artillery can too. To enough to get a pretty boy in the car. You guys are a mess. I don't know. I'm not gonna bore you with any more of the music. I'll get some more done without it. But but you'll hear me clicking if I do that. I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do. So I'll say this. What are you guys, if you're working on anything right now, what are you guys working on? And I'm going to go back and read what I missed. I don't feel very strong right now. In fact, I was feeling kind of weak when I decided to just go live. And that was because, again, I was just feeling alone. I feel like such a dork. Because I'm not, I'm alone a lot, but I'm not lonely. And these past couple of weeks, I've been feeling lonely. So, and I really think it's tied to the fact that I haven't been able to really be with you all the way that we have been, for the past couple of months. Like my YouTube anniversary came up and I couldn't celebrate it because I was in the hospital. And I don't know how to describe it without sounding like the worst whiny person in the world. But I think it was one of those, when it rains, it pours. So many bad things happen at the exact same time. And it just kind of halted everything. I literally feel like I have to start over, which isn't the worst thing in the world, because I obviously needed to take mental health and physical health days to get my shit together. But it doesn't hurt any less knowing. We can definitely do that, Villain. Sovereign duties. Oh my God. I can't wait. Oh, look, I'm already behind with Metagore, but I just get so excited with a new project. I don't know how to FaceTime. So don't take my non-techie dorkness too bad, but I'm going to learn. Hi, Stephen. Who all is in here? Oh, you know what? Let me go back. Please don't think I'm a horrible host. I didn't think anybody was going to really come. Because, it's Sunday, people are taking their day off, lots of stuff is going on. I didn't expect to see people in here, so forgive me. Hi to everybody I missed, because so see Tamara and Sabra, Crystal. I know I hit you up, Crystal. Of course, the Villain is here. Trope Trinity Trilogy. I love saying that, by the way. Trope Trinity Trilogy. Let's see. I know Steven just popped in. Firefly, always. Thank you for popping in. I don't know if you're still here. Dana, my girl, thank you. Where are you guys getting these cute little icon-y things? They're so cool. I saw some of them. I guess I have to dig deeper in it. Oh, your doggy. I thought that was a teddy bear. Shows you how bad my eyes are. So I think what I'm going to do for the next few minutes, because I still have some work to do. I'm not going to turn the music back on. I don't think, yeah, I'm not going to turn it back on. One more song maybe. But I do have some good news. How about I share some good news, since I've shared so much not good news. I have an official date for my novel release party. Now, the novel itself will probably come out a few minutes before the actual party, which there was nothing I could do about it, based just bad timing, or not bad timing. I think perfect timing, and I'm kind of glad things happened the way they did. I was sad about it, disappointed about it, but not anymore. So November the 30th is my official novel release party. So anybody that's on this side of the world, you are more than welcome to come. But beyond that, and I'll make an official announcement and give you all other stuff to other info as I created. I'm sorry. As I created. But for all of you, all of my writer friends, what I want to do at the party is for every one of you who want to participate and have like your book there. I'm going to set up a couple tables for my writer tribe, for my writer's crew, for everybody who knows me that's writing, who has a book that's done, or part of a book that's done, and you want to do like a sampler, like 3-chapter kind of booklet, or even something that you've done in the past and you just want to have available, or you will have something done by that point as well. I want you to be a part of it. I want you to be able to have something there. So anyway, I'll give you more details about that when my brain isn't scrambled and I can speak better. But I just wanted to let you all know that I want to celebrate that my book is coming out, but I don't want this to be just about me. I want it to be about us. I want it to be about AuthorTube, to show that this community is amazing and one bad apple does not spoil the whole bunch, ever, under any circumstances. No, one person does not speak for us. We are amazing. I love you all. So it's going to be, you guys, it's going to be a really cool book release. And for people who can't be here, I'll make sure I videotape stuff, and I might even do a day in the life of before and after so you can see my madness. And you guys, I don't think you guys ever really get to see how I am in real life. You know, I think and this boring old lady goes away when I have to go outside. So you'll get to see all my crazy hair and crazy outfits and all that other stuff, because I don't live like this. I don't. I'm just stuck in this right now due to circumstances beyond my control. So let's get back to work. You said, am I going to live stream it? Like I need to talk to you about that, Dana, because what you did I thought was so amazing, and I really don't know what to do. So I think I should have a portion that's live streamed, huh? I don't know. We'll talk, because you guys know what you're doing and I don't. My whole thing was I was gonna do, I have there's a hotel here in Maryland. This hotel's everywhere. Listen to me. The Marriott Hotel, I think it's all over the United States and maybe outside of the States. And I have a ballroom that I rented, which I, rented so I can have it. That's why it's so far off, because it's going to take me a minute to pay for it. And then legit physical party. But I would love to have like an online party of some sort. I just don't know where to begin, how to do that. So I will be hitting you up, Dana. I'm going to be hitting you up. But I already have some people in play to help me out with it so that they can be promoting the books of my tribe, of my friends, and anybody who knows me who has a book. You're welcome to be a part of it. You said you're trying to figure out your Taco Tuesday. Wait a minute. Tomorrow's Taco Tuesday. Try saying that a couple times fast. That could be shit. You can have videos of people trying to say that fast and they win stuff. I'm just saying. So, all right, let's get back. I'm almost done some stuff. I have my Patreon stuff that I have to finish up, because I did the beginning of the month stuff, but I got to do some other stuff, and then I got to get back to this outline. Oh, maybe I'll show you that. Again, rambling. This isn't a legit outline. This is a checklist. And what I did was I have a story that's it's currently called Jen. It will not be called Jen because I looked it up and there's so many books called Jen that maybe I won't do that. But I took my outline and then what I make what I call a checklist to go so I can keep account. And this isn't going to be the official one, but this is where I'm fixing it from. So can you see? Hold on. Okay. They were threatening me, saying that I couldn't play any more music. Okay, so if you can see this, this is sort of like my checklist. So basically, these are just scenes where the little boxes are. And I have it set up so that every time I write a different scene, I just check it off. It's no big deal. And it's for the next project that I'm working on. And fortunately for me, I have a lot of outlines that I already have ready to go. So whenever I want to work on a new project, I just print out one of my outlines, one of my checklists, because I'm a dork. Okay, let's get back to work. And yeah, I can't play any more music. They just threatened me saying that they were gonna destroy my channel if I played any more music, which I didn't know they would do all that, but rules. Okay, everybody. Back to work. I won't click as much. I'm doing some other stuff, so it won't be so bad. Okay, I am. Oh, bye tomorrow if you're still here. I don't know when you actually said bye, but so I feel a little better, and thanks to you all. And I got what do you call it? I got quite a bit done. I still have quite a bit to go because I have a what do you call it? I have the Metagore tag to do, and I have the newbie 2.0 tag to do, and I'm trying to make all my cards for that. I have a video for tips and pointers videos that I still have to edit. So I can't do that while I'm online because my computer will have a heart attack. And I'm almost, I want to say, I think I'm done with all the backup work I have to do. I have to do some inserts for the videos that I'm going to be putting in. And then what else? I should have, hopefully, all of my tags done in the next couple days. I should. And that way I'll just load them up like I always do. And they just come out on Thursday or Friday. And I should also have my pointers and tips stuff up too. I need to also do my, we were doing a thing coming around about like our credentials and stuff like that. And I need to do a credentials video but mine isn't going to be all in depth about that because my whole reason for being on AuthorTube isn't to be trying to tell people what to do. It's to log my journey from writer to author kind of thing. You know what I mean? So and just letting you know what's going on with me as I go through the journey. And then you get to see all the ups and downs and stuff. And hopefully that some bullshit that I go through becoming published will help somebody else too as they go. But I'm thinking more that you'll just be entertained by my craziness as I go along, because the only thing that I knew how to do before I started this channel was write. I know how to write. Not saying that I'm like this great writer. I'm just saying I know how to do it. And that was it. Like, I don't, the publishing world is still a mystery to me. When I did when I published Encounters, that literally was a test. Not saying that Encounters wasn't groovy. I published something that I loved, but it wasn't for the sole purpose like, oh, let's publish this book and it's my debut, this, that, and the third. It was my test baby. Yeah, I sacrificed it to the publishing gods to see how Amazon and all those places work that I still don't know anything about. That thankfully Stewie is going to help me with Ingram Spark. But there's so many other places that I want my novel to come out into, whatever the platforms that I want them to come out, and I just do not know. I watch a lot of videos from people who have done it, but they aren't true steps, if that makes any sense. Like, they aren't in depth enough for me to really get it. And then the videos that call themselves tutorials are, it's not that I don't understand them, but it's the kind of thing where unless I actually physically do it, it's just not going to sit with me again, which is why I went through with putting Encounters out on KDP in February. I did not expect nothing that happened with it to happen. I did not expect that people were going to buy it, because I just didn't. So I'm ridiculously excited that that went down. But here I go with this voice. Please forgive me. I know I keep saying it, but I feel so bad. Let me go. What's going on? Oh yeah. TTT, Trope Trinity Trilogy. What? Oh, I should do this. What? Yeah, they're going to be, well, Encounters is already a paperback. I did paperback and ebook because, again, I wanted, and I did it by myself. Shattered, the book that's coming out this year, isn't by myself. I have a professional editor. I have professional formatter, professional cover artist, all that stuff. I did Encounters by myself, including making the covers and stuff, because I wanted to know how to do it. So that was why. And so I had to learn how to format a novel in different sizes and stuff. And now, I can do that. Like, I can format a novel. I am a beast. And I had to learn how to format it for ebooks as opposed to a 6x9 or 5 by 5.25 by 8 or whatever size your book that you want your paperback book or your hardback book to be. I know how to do that now. I'm really proud of that. But I'll say this, I have no desire to do it. I do not want that to be my job. I will definitely, the only way I will ever do it again is if I have to do it. And that was the purpose of it. If I have to do it, I know how to do it. If I have to make a cover, I know how to do it. I do not want to do those two things ever again. I just want to write the book, and then I want to hand it over to people who do this for a living. Who do it for a living. Let's see. Oh my God. Right, yeah, girl. I got you. You do that. You make that. And girl, put it on a coffee mug. I'll buy it. Yeah, I see, and Stewie, my vision isn't well enough for me to fool with the ebook. Like I can't even see stuff on my phone unless I hold it to my face like that. So I'm looking forward to getting that book in my hand. And I'm not like, you know how some people are like, they're ebook snobs or they're physical book snobs. I would love to be able to do like ebooks like crazy. I do have a thing on my computer where I can do stuff, so I might think about that and see if I can expand it. But I would have billions of books if I could see on ebooks if I could see, I should say. I have billions of paperback books and hard, so I like to have them in my hand. And if I still having a hard time, I have a scanner that can feed into my computer. My screen is like a billion. You guys, it's huge, and then I can read that way. Oh, finally, they gave you the blues with that bullshit. Right, Dana. Okay. I don't want to, again, I always want to know the inner workings of stuff. Like I am a dork. I like to know how clocks work. So taking them apart, putting together all the gears and cogs and grooves and shit. But no desire for that to be my job. I just want to know. And that's it. That's it. I want to wear the watches. I don't want to make them. But I like knowing how to do shit, which is why I put myself through all that torture earlier this year to do that book. And then I mean the fact that it friggin' sold. Like I got I think I was on a different stream when I was talking about it, but I got a message from KDP where they were like, "Oh, we're gonna send you your residuals." I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure. I'll get the residuals." I don't care if it was 10 cents. I really didn't, and I think people think that you're being disingenuous when you say stuff like that, but I didn't. All I cared about was that people read it or at least liked it. Not just read it, but liked it. I want everybody to like it. I know it's not for everybody, but you still want that. And so I get this email, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna send you your residuals." But what they did not say was that they break it down based on where your book was sold. So when I get they give you a heads up email. When I got the next email about where how much I was getting and all this other stuff, it was listing the frigging countries where the book sold. And I'm like, what? Like it sold, somebody in Japan bought my book? Somebody in Australia bought my book? It was like Germany and this, that. I mean, a majority of it sold in the United States. Let's be clear. But the fact that even one book sold somewhere else blew my mind. And I checked my stats again. Because for some reason, I guess because it's a smutty book, for some reason on the weekend, the sales of the book picks up. Like throughout the week, it'll be like la la la, and then on Friday and Saturday, it goes boom. Like, yeah, I know what you people are doing. But it literally, I don't think anything felt as good as that because it's not like it made a lot of money, but it went a lot of places. And I got chills looking, at the results. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna just drop the money in your bank account that you set up." And I'm thinking, when did I do that? When did I do that? So I can't explain it because I was so freaking goofy. But the sad part to that was I didn't have anybody to celebrate with because none of my family cares, and most of my friends are like, "Oh yeah, sure, whatever," you know. So I had you guys. Okay, wait a minute. This thing is moving. What's going on? I wanted to buy a copy of the book, like not a author copy, but just go in and buy it. But when I set up for the ebook, because the ebook came out before the physical book, because the physical book, KDP wouldn't let you put it on pre-order. They only let you put the ebook on pre-order, so I couldn't get the book up on the site. And then when I did, it was drama. But that D in KDP should stand for drama. But when I did it, I ordered the ebook so that I could see if it was formatted correctly, what was going on with it, to see what everybody else was going to get. So then it wouldn't let me get it again. It wouldn't let me get it again. So it was just crazy. So let's see. You sold a copy of your own book to yourself. See, now I'm able to get author copies, like go into the back door of KDP and go in, and plus you get it at cost when you do it that way. So it's kind of cool, and you use those for when you're going to go out to do signings. Because I have a book signing next month at the DCBA convention, which I'm really looking forward to. But I'm so poor, I couldn't even afford to buy a lot of books. So I'm not really expecting to go there and sell like these billions and billions of books. Like, I'm not. It's not even on my radar. I'm just happy. Like, if I had enough money, I'd give them away, just so to make sure that people are reading them. What? Wait a minute. Who stole what? I missed something. I have to go back. Right. See, again, Stewie, that's why I'm saying I need to get with you. Like, what is Kobo? I keep hearing about that. You bought 30 books and they're all gone because people stole it. People stole your books? Oh, no. People be beat down. Oh, that is messed up. Okay, seriously, DL, you might need to do a a guideline to who's who in the indie publishing industry, because I really don't have a fucking clue. You know what, Firefly, let me tell you this. Everything that could go wrong this year for me went wrong. Everything that could. My book was supposed to come out in April. It was supposed to be my birthday week and all that good stuff. My birthday is April the 9th. It was supposed to be that birthday week. So whatever the date, like I think the Friday was like the 12th or whatever, I was supposed to have. It was going to be this big launch, blah, blah. I was going to be on YouTube, and I was going to tell the world and yada, 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 right? But then my money, I didn't have enough money to do everything that I need to do. My editor, who was amazing, that was already done. And well, for the most part, like I still had a proofing to go through. And then this great company, 8 Little Pages, that's in Britain, is doing the formatting of my cover art for me. Love them. But I wasn't done making all my payments because I don't think they do it anymore. But this, because I did this like a year and a half ago. I wasn't finished making my payments on it, so they couldn't move forward with it. And then they started getting extremely popular, and they were, they didn't have time to stop the world for me, which I fully understood. It didn't have anything to do with them. I missed my window because I was supposed to get stuff done the August prior, and I didn't. So I missed my window. But guess what they did? They said, Aphrodite, we love your book. We're going to still work with you. So through a benefactor, friend of mine who just by chance, I gave them an art copy of the book. Hashtag arcs are free. And she loved the book so much that she paid for like the platinum package with ELP. Come on now. How lucky can anybody be? She paid for it. And the only thing she asked for in return was that she get the second copy of the book. Because the first copy she said I need to keep for myself. So I was like, yeah, thank you so much. So I finally was able to pay with them, and they were like, they're working with me. And they literally started doing it in between all the other stuff that they had to get done. That meant that I had to change my date, and that meant that I had to do a whole bunch of other stuff. But it turned out to be a better damn situation. So I honestly and truly believe that, you know, I know people say it, but the bad thing that happened was for a good reason, because now I'm going to have a way, way better result. It's going to have a better reception. I'm going to have more time to get out free art copies to people. I mean, everything, like it's falling in place so beautifully. And trust me, I was devastated when I couldn't do it the way I saw it in my head. So it is, it worked out for the best. And now I can do this event in November that I couldn't have even foreseen last November. I didn't even see this as last November. I think I was 4 months in on YouTube, and didn't know what I was doing, and was meeting great people and learning. And all I had was the idea. And now I have a fucking book. And it exists in the real world now. So that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. I gotta go back because this thing was just jumping. You guys are like amazing. So let's see. Yeah, I'm really sorry that that happened. That is absolutely messed up. Oh yeah, and you work at a bar. You could have had a massive party. I can't get over the fact that somebody would do something like that. Yes, look, if I can't, obviously this isn't a sponsored video, but I can't say enough about ELP. They are amazing. Amazing. I just can't believe that they were still going to work with me because of all the drama that I had to go through to even be able to get the funds together. Yeah, for Shattered, even though it's the author copy, it's still going to cost me close to $5 per book, like $4.60 or something like that per book. So that doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it's a lot of money if you wanted to get 100 copies. Yeah, I mean, my friend is amazing, and here you go. She's been my friend since she was 9, I think, when I met her, and I would have been 12. Yeah, because I'm like 3 years older than her. So we've been friends for almost 50 years. Oh my God, we've been friends for like a half of a bloody century. We've been friends for a very long time. So let me see. So she really is a true friend. Now, mind you, I didn't expect her to do that. Like in no way, shape, or form. I've given PDF copies of this book to lots of people, and I've gotten a lot of really good feedback, positive feedback, not necessarily feedback that was like, oh, glowing. No, but it was still positive. When people found a problem, they pointed out a problem, but they weren't like, we hate you, you're ugly, your book sucks. They were like, oh, well, wait a minute. why is this happening with this character when this happened? Blah, blah. They pointed out shit and it was great. So I got all my feedback was positive, luckily. I'm sure that's not going to be the case, as I go out to even more and more people. I'm not going to be giving out PDF versions anymore to people because I've been hearing a lot of, I shouldn't say to people I know I will, but I've been hearing a lot of horror stories where people were giving out PDF copies or even, I don't know what you call them, but like electronic copies, and they were getting stolen or some other stuff. I don't remember the whole deal, but I thought about I think I'm going to stick with giving out physical copies, even if it costs me to do it. It's better in the long run, in my opinion. And, since ARCs are free for the readers, it's not free for us. So I will be putting together money to do that too. Like I have a whole schedule of how I got to do what and when, and hopefully things fall into place. Because I am poor. I am poor. That I don't have credit cards and stuff to lean on like other people do. So, but I'm looking forward to all this, man. This is going to be awesome. So again, all of you who have books ready, like I have one friend who's writing a book, and she's been working on this book for like 4 years now. I think she's toiling over it. So I really want to sit with her and help her out. But she has like the first 3 or 4 concrete chapters. So I'm going to convince her to give those 4 chapters away at my book release. And what it is just to have a mini book, something that we make. I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff, and we'll make a really pretty book that she can give out as teasers, so to speak, with information on like when it can get the rest of it or what have you. So anybody that's in that boat as well, if your book isn't done, but you think that at least your beginning is strong, and don't worry, even if you don't think it's 100% strong or shit, oh my God, now that I wrote the whole book, I want to change the beginning. It won't matter because you just changed the beginning, and then when the time comes out, you put out the version that you want people to have. I know. I'm trying to tell everybody in enough time so that anybody that's close on my side can come, because I know that like Yasmin, and she's in Delaware. Delaware is like next door to me. I'm in Maryland, and I do have a friend that's coming. Right, I remember TTT that you live in Maryland. So she's going to be coming over, and I have another friend in Virginia that's coming. I do have a friend that's coming from Myrtle Beach. Is that South Carolina? North or South? I don't remember which one. Did you say you live in Florida? You're looking for a free Uber? You find out a free Uber, you let me know about it. Yes. Trinity, don't do that to me. Don't make me sing that song. Oh my God, that is my song. If I had a voice right now, I'd be belting that. I met John Waters several times. I adore him and his crazy self. Good morning, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door. Oh my God, I wish I felt better. Let's see. North Carolina. You know what? That's okay, because what I'll do is I'll get my friends to really. I don't know if I told all you. I'm in the film industry. I make films. If you go to my channel and look for, I have one video on there of a really little short called Hugging Beulah. Find out. That's one of the videos I made. I think it was last year I made that one. It was last year. And I made that. I make films. I make short films. And I'm also shooting the trailer for my book Shattered, which will be coming up. But I have a lot of legit film industry friends who I can just invite too and just have them film it, and then I'll put together a video and put it up so you all can see it. So you're not really going to be missing it. So I really wish you all could be there, because you are the ones who I feel genuinely have my back. I'm not saying that my family and friends don't love me. They love me. They just don't really care about this. This is silly to them, and it breaks my heart that it's silly to them, because I back up everything that they want to do. But, I've always been the pink sheep in the family. Let's see. Yeah, oh, hey, Danny. Yeah. I was just feeling alone and upset. So I wanted to get some work done. I just felt like if I could get some work done with everybody, just doing some work. And then, of course, I wound up talking because I'm me. But I did get work done. I did. I have proof, right? You guys are my proof that I work. It's not silly, and they just make me feel bad about it, because I like, oh, you're so smart, why don't you go do this? And you're so smart, why don't you go do that? Or why don't I go write a book, because that's what I want to do. So get out my business. Support me or don't. Oh my goodness, did you see the beginning of the video? Because most likely once I stop streaming, YouTube is going to delete this, because they were yelling at me for having the music on while I was working anyway. So if you all didn't see me acting like a clown in the beginning, you might miss it if you don't go watch it while we're still talking. But you guys really cheered me up. Thank you. Yeah, I do. I can't help it. I do more work with music. Like, I hear a lot of people saying that they work with music, but they can't work with music with lyrics. I can work with music with lyrics with no problem. And it's going to seem like the opposite, like it's going to seem crazy, as long as I know what the lyrics are, if that makes sense. Because if I'm listening to a new piece of music, it's going to pull my attention. I'm going to be listening to it because I don't know what it is, if that makes sense. But if I know it by heart, like I know, Jackie Chan, I know his music by heart. So it's not pulling my attention the same way a new piece was. I know that's crazy. My brain is wired weird. So I can play that and sing and type. And it helps me type, to be honest with you. You know what, Villain? Listen to me on this. Not only does my family not care about my writing, no matter how many times that I say, oh, I wrote a book, I get the raised Spock eyebrow. I don't have eyebrows. I can't do it. The Spock eyebrow, and they're like, you write? Really? And I'm like, I'm the same person who saved up all their money to get a typewriter so I can type on the floor, laying on the floor, typing, that you're stepping over to go do whatever you got to do. And you mean to tell me that you didn't notice that that's what I was doing? And I'm the same person who was sitting at the dinner table with you talking about, oh my God, I have this new character and his name is Spencer and he does this, that, and the third in a conversation, but you don't know what I'm talking about. I really truly am the pink sheep. My tribe family, my author tube family is supportive. And that has made all the difference. Because I look at it like this. A year ago, now a year and a month. So 13 months ago, I didn't have you all. 13 months ago, I didn't have a book or a clue. And again, I knew how to write, but I never got anything done. And then I meet all of you. And when I started my channel, I literally started to keep myself in check, to like hold myself accountable. Like your face is up there now, you crazy chick. You said you're gonna do this. Everybody heard you say it. Now you're held accountable. I did not. I wanted and hoped, but I did not expect to find you all. I expected more of what I got. And that was crazy, ugly person, dreamer person. Get off your unicorn and go do something legit with your brain. But that didn't happen. I met all you people, and you people are all riding on unicorns and all kinds of dragons, and because some of y'all are doing dragons and whatever the hell, who were similar to me, even though we're not the same, we're still similar. And I got a book now. I have a book now. And it's not that I didn't always have the power, but I just really never had the support. And I almost felt like, and I'm ashamed to admit this, but I almost felt like maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. What if they're right? What if I'm too much of a dreamer? What if it's only meant to be for Neil Gaiman, J.K. Rowling, and Stephen King, and not Aphrodite Lee? But I decided that, not that I was going to prove them wrong, but that I didn't care if they were right, because I still had stories to tell. So, and I have plenty. I have backlogs of outlines that I put together to write. Exactly. Dragons and unicorns. There you go. And some of us, I do, and I'm sorry. I'm just grateful for you all. I'm just grateful for you all, because even though I think I would have finally got the book out, I wasn't expecting the love. I wasn't. I mean, I'm just being honest. I never got it before now. So I wasn't expecting it. I was just hoping for it. And I was right this time. I was right this time. I had my mom, who, she had my back as far as doing stuff I wanted to do. But she was that mom who was like, goddess forgive her, like, be a doctor and write on the side kind of thing. Don't give up your dream. Just don't put your dream first. And so she never discouraged me as far as what I wanted to do. She was a mother. She was scared that I'd be living like I am right now. She was scared that I'd be like a starving artist kind of person, and she didn't want that life for me. But she absolutely did not want me to give up the dream. That I'll give her that. She definitely did not want me to give it up. She just wanted me to also be a doctor. You have the aptitude to be a doctor. You should be a doctor. Well, you need more than the aptitude. You need more than the intelligence. You also need the drive to be a doctor. And I have no desire to be touching sick people. I spent enough time being sick. So it's more to it. Purple rainbows and butterflies as well. Yes. Oh, thank you, Danny. Danny is one of the people. You see it where it says author D.L. Tillery. Her name is Danette. Very French, Danette. She's read a lot of my stuff. So, and trust me, it was hard for me to say, hey, here, read this. And I probably would not have given her any of it, which is so sad, if I did not already know she too was a writer. Because I knew that at least she would have had a writer mindset, as opposed to a, oh yeah, sure, I'll read your book kind of attitude. Like, everybody else gave me who actually didn't actually read the book. You know, that I wasted money and wasted time giving to them. It didn't cost me anything to give them copies of it, PDF copies. And so if it wasn't for Danette, I probably would not have moved forward with the stories that I did move forward with. So that kind of helped. I mean, that helped tremendously. And because I was afraid, like, because I do write a lot of smut as well. And I was afraid to share that because the other stuff that I write, they don't reflect each other. And I didn't want people to be like, well, what's going on here? And what's going to be happening here? Which is why I don't use my name on my smut. Not because I have any kind of shame to it, because I even put inside the book that Minx Kenosha is the student, you know, the pseudonym for Aphrodite Lee when she writes the smut. But anyway, I'm rambling again. Let me see what's going on. Say, I don't understand what you said. I can give someone an IV. Oh yeah, in the dark. Yeah. Hey. I can do a lot of stuff that I wouldn't want to have to do. Sincerely. You know, I have lots of different certifications because of how I did work before I retired. I'm retired now. But before I retired, I was in education. I worked, the last job that I worked, I was I can't remember the name of it, but basically I worked with children who were emotionally stilted, for lack of a better term. They didn't have any physical maladies. They didn't have any problems like that. They didn't have any mental problems, but emotionally they were wrecked. So that's where I work. But I started off as doing substitute teaching. And then when I left, when I stopped doing that for a little while, because I have a lot of clerical experience as well, I started working at the college, Baltimore, the Dundalk Community College of Baltimore, near where I live. And I worked in the bursar's office. I worked there. I teach a lot of workshops for kids and stuff like that as well. Again, those are credentials. I have early childhood education certifications in the state of Maryland and in the state of California. And I can't think it was another one that I do have. But yeah, I spent a lot of time in school getting lots of little pretty pieces of paper saying that I know how to do stuff. I even have creative writing credits too. Right. See, and I think that the reason why I like doing pen names solely because I don't care if you know it's me, but I want you to know that if you're reading Minx Kenosha, you know that is adult erotica. But if you're reading Aphrodite Lee, then you know it's my normal run of the mill writing stuff in coming of age adult. Not erotic adult, regular adult, new adult, either fantasy, paranormal fantasy, that kind of stuff. But I also finally have a YA book. Like I'm not into YA for me as a writer. I'm into YA as a reader. But as a writer, I never had a YA story come to me until this year. And now I do have one. So since it's YA, I'm going to use H.A. Lee. My first name, I have my names reversed. My first name isn't Aphrodite. My first name is Hope. Second name is Aphrodite Lee. So that's H.A. Lee. So that's where that's coming from. I don't use Hope for any other time. So it's going to be H.A. Lee for my young adult, Aphrodite Lee for 90% of everything I write, and Minx Kenosha for the smut. And that's how I roll. Let me tell you a tidbit. H.A. Lee, H.A.L., excuse me, Hal, right? Okay, when I was, I always like for everything that I name to have a sincere, concrete meaning. I don't care if it's a person, if it's a town, if it's a lane or if it's a mythological creature that I created, I don't just willy-nilly throw out names. They all have to mean something. And when I was trying to write, not trying to write, when I was trying to come up for names for the school in my book Shattered, I couldn't think of anything that I really wanted to call that meant something that wasn't already called that. Like, there was names out there that I wanted to use, but I really couldn't use. So what I did was, the only thing that I knew that I wanted to do was I wanted Stead to be in the title, like something Stead Academy, this Stead Academy. So what I wound up doing was I just took my initials, HAL. And so that's how I got Halstead Academy. So the school that my kids go to in Shattered is called Halstead. And just a little tidbit is HAL. It's actually my initials, Halstead Academy. So that's going to be a trivia question one day. Remember that. Let's see. Oh, Freya. Oh, Freya Ravenwood, girl, stop playing. I love that. I love that. Is this during your rap career too, Mr. Stewie? I feel like, guys, if I missed something that you said, please feel free to say it again, because these glasses ain't real. I can't see. So. You know what, Stephen? I just read the thing where you said that your family's supportive of your writing, but due to the amount of violence and sex in the books, you don't think that they would like them. I actually would have the opposite. If my family read my books, I believe they would love them. Most of them. They wouldn't read the smut. Actually, that's not true. One of my sisters would read the smut, but the rest of them would not. See, look, look at my deductive reasoning skills, Stewie. You need to make sure that one of your books has you as a character, but in a fantasy setting. Your past you in a fantasy setting. That would be amazing. I got some mead. Yo, come this way. I pour you a really good glass of mead, man. Oh my God, you guys got me smiling and laughing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks for spending these 2 hours with me too, because it's been 2 bloody hours. Oh my God. So again, I promise with all my heart that I will do an official announcement, give official details about the novel release party and how you can participate in it, even if you are not here in Maryland to do it. And my girl, 3T, we gotta definitely hang. We gotta definitely hang. It's okay, because Danny, I had no intentions of being online today. I felt myself really about to crawl up into a ball and lie in bed, and I was trying to thwart that. And I thought, like, the reason why I felt that way is because I was alone. And maybe if I just got on and talked to everybody, I wouldn't feel so alone anymore, which is true. I do not feel alone. I'm still a little sad, but I'm definitely in a better headspace than I was. So don't feel bad about that. I would have told you that I was going to be on if I thought that was the case. I don't. I know. I should have. I was feeling like I was having a nervous breakdown. I don't want to put. I put enough on you, Danny. So I couldn't do that. But I don't. Like I think I do have. Is I don't want to say that I necessarily do a self insert on my stuff, but when I write anything, anything, I do one of two things. I base a character on the personality of somebody I know, or somebody I think I know, whatever persona they have. Like I could pretend to know Brad Pitt. So based on what we all can see of Brad Pitt, I can use his personality and how he is in a character and then blow it up from there. Or I'll use what somebody physically looks like, but not their personality at all. So again, we can use Brad Pitt as an example. So I'll have somebody that's tall, thin, blonde, blue, male, everything that Brad is. And then nothing like how he supposedly acts. I'll do that. So every book, every character, that I have isn't made up out of the air. Is starting with somebody or someone, and usually my friends, family, or maybe I met an interesting person when I went out to the store and I was like, oh, that person would be good as somebody to shoot from. They always more from that, but that's kind of where I start. So in saying that, every book has me in it. It just doesn't have anything about me in it, if that makes sense. With the exception of Shattered. Shattered has what I did with Shattered. Shattered has a lot of experiences that I went through. It is not based on my life. It is fictionalized of some stuff that I went through. So it's definitely the fictionalized version. It's kind of the version that I wish was true. So it is far removed from the truth, but it started with my school, a school I hated and a school I loved. I merged characters who I hated, characters, people who I hated, people who I loved, who I turned into caricatures of them. And then incidents that happened that I totally embellished. It's the only story that I have like that. It's the only one. It literally, all the rest of them, like if you read Encounters, the 7 erotic sins, that ain't happening to nobody. None of that happened to anybody ever. I hope. I kind of wish it happened to me, but none of it happened to anybody. That is completely and utter ridiculousness, and I love it. I love the story. I love the whole idea of it. It's kind of like Quantum Leap, only erotica. So, yeah. Any of you who are adults, because if you're under 18, you can't play, who are adults who can stomach erotica, if you contact me, my email, I think my email is down there, but if not, I'll type it in. If you email me and say you want a copy, I will send you an email PDF copy of erotica, of Encounters. Okay, Miss DL, what one of those chapters you want to happen to you? I have an idea which one you're going to say. If I had to live through one of them chapters, me and you probably are picking the same one because, I like big bad wolves. Oh, let me give you my email. Oh, it would be helping if I was actually typing. I just want to be clear. It is smut on a level of smut that it's not girly, it is smut. It's not romance, it is smut. Red Riding Hood, that's the one that's the one. The so Encounters is like a combination of Grimm's fairy tales meets Quantum Leap erotica. So the chapter that has Red Riding Hood, and one of the cool things about the book is you're supposed to kind of try to figure out along with her what fairy tale she's in. Now, some of them are obvious because it says which fairy tale they're in. Some of them are not as obvious, but no one to this day has got all 7 of them correct. It's 7 different fairy tales. No one got all 7 right. So, okay, so it didn't go on there right, but it's author Aphrodite Lee at yahoo.com. So you email me, I will send you a PDF of it. If you like it, ARCs are free. If you like it, you give a review. If you hate it, give a review too. Because, you know, don't be one of those people who can't take criticism. I can take criticism. I will be very sad if you hate it, but I will respect your honesty. Oh well. So yeah, hit me up. I would love to give copies of it to you all. Oh, and I guess speaking of, if any of you want to art copy of Shattered, I don't have them yet. Obviously, it's not done. But when I get an art copy of my arcs, I can add you to the list. I'm trying to give out about 25 of them, so I won't be able to get a lot. But hey, you want an art copy of Shattered? Hit me up. Tell me in the email. That's how I feel. If someone gives you a review, and again, they're not doing personal attack. They're literally telling you, that they had a problem with something. That's the best information you can get from somebody. That's the best information you can get. Me, the only time I've told this before in our groups and stuff, I don't do reviews unless the author asks me to. I've done, I think, 4 now. It may be 5, 4 or 5. But the authors contacted me and asked me for. I don't just do, like, if I pick up a book in the bookstore and I'm reading it, I don't do a review on it just because I got the book. I like it, don't like it, go on with my life. But if the author asks me for a review, I am always honest. I am always honest. You will need 15 fans on you while you're reading it. Yeah. Look. At the book signing, I'm bringing fans for people. Like if you get a book, you get a fan. It is frustrated because that's you're immature. If someone says, I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like that someone goes, I hated this book. It sucked. It was so terrible. I don't know why I did it. I want my money back. That is not a review. It isn't. That's not a review. That is your personal opinion of the book. Now, if you say, I hated this book, I'm trying to think of, I hate this book because it has so many typos and made it hard to read. That's the kind of thing that the writer needs to know. The writer doesn't need to know that you think that they suck and you want your money back. The writer needs to know you think they suck, that you want your money back because, and then you say why. So, and that does not make the person a hater because they pointed out what they feel are flaws. You don't have to agree with them. Like during my beta run, I had several betas. I had 4 betas who made it to the very end. One of those betas bless her heart, I still wonder what book she was reading. Like I do. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, because the other three didn't have the same complaint or the same issues that this one. We'd be all day with that one that she had. So I listened to what she had to say, and I decided whether or not what she had to say was relevant, and it was not. It was not. I don't know. I'm almost positive she wasn't reading my book. She wasn't even naming, like, listing the characters. Like, she was totally getting things wrong. And the way I did my beta run is I gave a chapter at a time. So you got a chapter. As soon as you were done the chapter, you answered the questions that I had for you. We talked about this, that, and the thing, and then you got the next chapter, and so on and so forth. Okay? I get the chapters back from her, and she would, the most bizarre answers and the most bizarre questions. She really had me shaking my head like, what did I send her? Whereas the other three, and I'm talking about the people who made it to the end, whereas the other three, their shit was crucial because they were all hitting the same points. And they would hit, oh, well, this, or this was great. This was blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, some of them, because human beings are coming from different places, they went on a different kind of emotional rides, you know, but they were catching pretty much the same thing. And where they would catch, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, that makes sense. Because a lot of times, you know, writers, you're in your head and you forget that you know stuff that other people may not necessarily know. And sometimes you kind of fuck up and you didn't realize that you never explained why they're in that, how all of a sudden they're in that corridor when they were over in that room, you know, kind of stuff like that. Oh, absolutely. Stewie, the minute I finished reading it, the moment I hit to the end or whatever, however your book ends, you got that. It's killing me that I can't get it right now, but I will get it. But yeah, so in that respect, I do listen to what everybody has to say, even the crazy girl. I did listen, because one of the things that she said was one of those things that nobody else caught too. So, but that's because my story is a coming of age tale, and she doesn't read coming of age tales. She reads murder mysteries. I purposely gave it to her knowing that she doesn't like coming of age stuff, because I knew that her mind was going to work a little differently. I didn't expect it to be as fractured as it was. But because she does mysteries, she was catching, not catching, she was paying attention to Easter eggs. That's the best way to put it, because I got a lot of Easter eggs in them. Oh, you had, okay, Stewie. She complained, okay, where I went to Catholic school all my life. And my teachers were all nuns. Some, yeah, a lot of sisters, a lot of brothers, some fathers, and some mothers. Yeah, I had a mother superior as well. Okay. They didn't call their rooms dorms and stuff like that where they lived. They referred to them as cells. So at night, they would go to their cell and do whatever, blah, blah, blah. When they would let us come over, and my mom paid extra money for us to stay really late. So we would go back to the, either to the rectory or we would go back to the convent, and we would get to hang out in the different cells. So when I wrote Halstead Academy and the kids had to dorm on campus, they all have their own cells. You with me? This one beta reader had a fucking heart attack because I referred to the rooms as cells and wanted me to change it. And pretty much demanded that I change it. And I'm like, first of all, no. Second of all, don't tell me what to do. Third of all, it is the proper damn term. So I explained to her, Oh, well, cell is like you're in prison. I said, well, no, prison also has cells. Also has cells. And she just didn't get it. She was so trapped in her cell in jail. And I decided that I didn't care that she didn't get it. She didn't get it. And you want your people to get it. But I didn't care that she didn't get it because every friggin' body else understood, because it was made clear in the beginning that that's where these kids resided. But yeah, and see, thanks for saying that, Trinity, because here you go. Part of the reason why I also stayed with that term is because the mindset was when Aaliyah got to the school, she was dreaming of being here. She wanted to be there so bad, and it kind of turned into being in a prison. So you have that. Even though her cell was bomb, like her cell was leg. It was like a gilded cage. So yeah. I'll send you a copy. I'll send you, Trinity, a copy of Shattered as well. So you don't have to wait for it if you want. But yeah, so it was what? Okay. She drove me crazy with it. And it would be little things like that where she would say, oh, well, that doesn't make sense because you can't say that the sky is blue because it isn't always. You know, stuff like that. Oh my God. She was driving me crazy. And I even talked to when I was really freaking out about some of my betas, because at this point I had a lot, but didn't make it to the end, but I had a lot. And I talked to Jenna Maressi. I'm sure all of you have heard of Jenna Maressi. And I just contacted her and told her, like, look, I'm dying. I feel like I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown. These people are crazy. And she said, just point blank, if they're not working, get rid of them. Don't do that to yourself. Something so simple, but it did not occur to me to do that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not kidding. Trinity, I wish I was kidding. Like, it was stuff like I still have all the notes. One day I'm just gonna read them so people can see what people said. But I need the book to be out so they're not as spoilery. Because it was a mess. Thank God for the other three. Thank God for the other three. I also have one that was kind of crazy because I have a character in the book. His name is Chase Sophos. Chase Edward Sophos. And he let's just say he isn't a very nice guy. Okay. And I had a beta who loved him. Just loved him. Loved him. And she scared me because this wouldn't have anything about him. He was 2 seconds away from being Jeffrey Dahmer, okay? He didn't have redeeming qualities except beyond the fact that he was ridiculously good looking. If you go into my videos, you can find some tags that I did that talked about the different characters, and you can kind of see Mr. Chase. But oh, he's just so funny because he did what? Girl, what is wrong with you? He's not funny. If you think he's funny, you need therapy. So I had that beta reader, and I was like, I'm glad you're like in Florida somewhere because I can't deal with you. You too. If you were close to me, I'd be afraid of you. You have a cousin? Oh, let me tell you about that. You have a cousin named Chase? I have a nephew named Chase. I have a thing that I do. If I hate, okay, let me use Chase as an example. I hate that character. Because I hate that character, I have to give him a whole lot of stuff I don't hate in order to tolerate writing about him. I love the name Chase, and I love the name Chance. I went with Chase because I'm going to use Chance for something else. So he got Chase. The name Sophos, when I was in school, we had a lot of Greek kids. You know, I got a Greek name, but I'm not Greek. In case y'all didn't know, I'm not Greek. And a lot of Greek kids, and one of the girls in the school, I'm not gonna say her first name, but her last name was Sophos, and I just thought that was the cutest name, Sophos. So I took her last name and then the name Chase that I liked, and I felt like Edward worked in the middle, Chase Edward. So that's how he got named Chase Edward Sophos, as how he got all of his other attributes, like his dark hair and his light eyes and his medium complexion, that kind of thing, because it's an aesthetic that I like. The same with if it's a place I don't like, I'll make it everything about it that I do like in order to tolerate it, if that makes any sense. So all of my characters, I have a character, now I don't like Chase, but I have a character named Baron Beesh, German kid, blonde and blue, beautiful from the top to the bottom. No matter what angle you see him at, he is a fucking like God. He's just gorgeous looking. He's a horrible person. But I love the name Baron. I love it. So since I have to say his name a lot in the book because he's such a horrible person, I wanted to make sure I was using a name that I actually like. Like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make a character that I hate and then give him a name I hate. And then I'll just be sick to my stomach trying to do it. So all of my characters, like Headmistress Kiriakis. Love the name Kiriakis. Love it. She's a horrible person. Horrible. So that's how I did it. Let's see. You say that I have to go all the way back up. Amber, I missed what you said. Wait a minute. I had sexual content in one minute. You know, that's crazy to me. I had someone say that about encounters. Now I want y'all to understand. Encounters is called Encounters. The 7 erotic sins. It's literally in the title and on the cover. And I actually got somebody give me grief because it has sex in it. It's called the 7 erotic sins. How did you miss that? How did you miss that? Now one of my betas told me that they couldn't, that I had a scene in the book that she felt was too adult for YA. So I started laughing and I wrote her back. I was like, that's fine. This isn't a YA book. Because people are under the impression if you have characters that are younger, that is young adult, that the book itself is young adult. It is not. I did a whole video on that too to try to explain that people don't understand. It's a coming of age story, but it's still not young adult. It's new adult. For example, Bambi, you know, the one with the little deer. Bambi is a coming of age story, and It is a coming of age story. Both of them are coming of age stories. They are 2 different worlds. One is for adults, one is for children. Okay, so don't get that kind of stuff twisted. You try to avoid the names of people you know. It depends on what the story is. Most of my stuff is fantasy, so I make up names. But what I'll do is like I'll go into archaic languages or dead languages. Let's see. All my stuff is up on my walls. I have these twins. One is Mara and Hutch Druden. They're twins. They're fraternal twins, girl, boy. I do not remember what their names mean, but they weren't given those names arbitrarily. I looked up into like magical creatures and got, let's say, this is a really bad example. Let's say that I saw the word Morrison and it meant changeling. Well, then I took the name Morrison and then turned it into Mara. And that's how I name my fantasy characters. So you're not going to get me with a name like Zorbit unless I looked it up and I found that it meant something somewhere else. You know what I mean? So, um, Druden also had to do with their species. I can't say because I don't want to give it away. If you, to be honest with you, if you took any of my stories and looked up the names, you'll find out that all their names mean something. The only one that doesn't apply to, okay, I understand. The only name that doesn't apply to is I have a character named Dar in Shattered. And this is so weird. How Dar got her name was because I knew that there was a book 2 and a book 3, and there was a character whose name was Darcy. I knew I was naming her Darcy, and so I decided that she was going to be named after somebody, but I didn't have anybody to name her after. So back to book 1, you have Dar Ciccone, which is Darcy. So that's who Darcy gets named after, Dar Ciccone. So Dar is the only one who has a name that wasn't attached to anything that I had to look up. Now, I could have also just named her Darcy or Darcella or some other crazy stuff, but I just named her Dar because I also wanted her name to be weird, so that when she was explaining, like she has a brother named River and another brother, I'm gonna say, I can't remember offhand, like his name was Ocean, but then she just got stuck with Dar. So like her parents were naming the kids weird or unusual names and ran out of unusual names and just named her dumb shit. So that's how she gets Dar. That was explaining why her name was just Dar. So anyway, I rambled that one too. Sorry guys. Let's see. I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you had fun. See you the next time, girl. We will talk. Try having a character named Igor or Ilgarth, and I'm not sure I pronounced that right. Because if that's double L, I don't know if it's a Y sound or if it's a double L sound or just a single L like Llewellyn. But you can look at that and see how to say it though. I mean, that's not bad. If I had a name like, or it was Icor, if I had a name like that, it would definitely have a definition that went with it. Like I have my Gemini twins, and I think their name means sun and moon in Sumerian or something. I don't remember. Like I have the notes, but I don't commit that to memory. But I have all the notes for everything. Like Hakan Gan, I have a character name. His name is Hakan Gan. Well, Gan means Lord. I mean, Hakan means Lord. So his name is Lord Gan. But I'm real funny because like English, the way I can't believe you guys got me talking about this. This is so cool. I never get to talk about this stuff. My family would have already walked out. People forget, like if you have, I'm gonna go teacher mode for you real quick. Vowel, consonant, vowel. First vowel is long, second vowel is usually silent. If it's not, depends on what follows after, if it's another vowel and a consonant. So if you have ALA, that's Ayla. But if you have ALLA, that's Allah. So stuff like that. So when I write stuff that are particularly hard to say, or maybe, I mean, not hard to say, but aren't normal, like it's not Brittany, and you're not sure, I make sure that I keep to grammar rules and phonetic rules so that people can ultimately figure out how to say them. Ikor and Ilgarth, gotcha. So, and I noticed that you broke up ik and or, not ik and core. Ikor, not Ikor. See, and that's the kind of stuff too that I have. I have dictionaries and glossaries and stuff like that because I have but for stuff like Mia in English, it because that literally the first one would be probably Maya, and technically would be Maya, but people would say Mia, but it was still long E because sometimes I's can be E's. It wouldn't be Mia, and then the second one could be May because sometimes you get when you have double vowel, you reverse so the A sound you get the E is silent, so that'd be May. But most people will look at that both of them and say Mia. Don't get me going. I love me some phonetics. So, damn, I really do have to do a tour of this room one day so you can see. I really do. I really want to show everybody the stuff on the walls. Well, you already for that, Stewie, you reversed the A and the E already, but you have another A, which would tell me that that would be that was a 3-syllable word. So it would be like Davar. And then if you were kind of be speaking like normal habit, people aren't going to say Davar. They're going to rush it to be Davar. But it's still a extra A, like it's Davar. That's how, based on how you spelled it, but that could be totally, you could have that where it is pronounced da-e-aver. It will all be up to you and how your world works. But based on English phonetics, that would be Davar. And that is friggin' pretty. Very pretty. Davar. Yeah, I roll my R's too. I roll my R's depending on what it is that I'm doing. I have a character. Her name is singing it. I don't know. I guess I'll have to write it down. Her name is Ma'ati, and it's sort of like the way you spell Davar, because I'm not sure how you actually pronounce it, because she has the triple vowels. And a triple vowel, you lose one vowel goes silent, the other vowel is short, and the first vowel is long. See, first vowel, long, next vowel, silent, next vowel, short. Now that's not always the rule, but you know, because every time you have a rule, there are words that break the rules. Deva, I love that. Man, Stewie, that is so pretty. Your book, when your book sells 1 million copies, there are going to be kids all around the world called Davar Jones, get your ass in his house. I'm just telling you, warning you ahead of time. And then people are going to try to spell it differently because people are tripped. It's already spelled differently, but that's not going to suffice. They're going to have to do it differently than that. And the the teachers are going to fuck it up in school, and the child's always going to be correcting people. It's going to be hilarious. I love Japanese names because to me, a lot of Japanese names have 3 syllables. I know there's a dumb reason to like it, but you get like Miyoshi and stuff like that, Nyoko. So I like that. I love that kind of stuff. Kakashi. Whereas like you get a lot of like Chinese names and they're like Chang, like 1 syllable. Yeah, and it's weird because they also, you get your L's, but they don't have L's in their romanization. So when you get a spelling of it, you're not getting the letter L's, but you're getting the sound from the R's. It's so crazy. But yeah, I love when it comes down to naming stuff, even if it takes me a while to do it, is one of my favorite things to do. It's my favorite thing to do. And I always make sure that even if it's never mentioned, and it is rarely mentioned in my stuff, like I don't name someone Bianca. And, you know, if you know what the word Bianca means, I don't go into why her name is Bianca, you know. But it's one of those things that if you paying attention to the story, it usually tells you. Or if nothing else, if you look it up, you go, oh shit. Turns out that her name was this, that, and third, and then met this, and wow, she was a seeker and she was a white lighter or whatever the fuck, you know. I can't see what it's saying. Well, so I mean, just in general, some things are just hard, not easy to pronounce correctly. Like even if you pronounce, I'm trying to think of a good example. I'm gonna make up. This isn't a good example, but that's like, let's say you were trying to say, something in Klingon or something in Dothraki, and those are conlangs. So they didn't originate organically; they were created. You can say a word like Jaju and be wrong because you put the emphasis in the wrong place. So a person who was not normal, who was born speaking the language will still look at you kind of sideways because you didn't say it correctly. Yeah, I love, oh my God, I love conlangs. I love them. I have my own. It's oh, I should just do a video where I speak in that language. I think I should. I think I will. I have okay, so like in my language, if you say, all right, it will be spelled, okay. You know how in American English you have letters like C and letters like G who have two sounds, one soft, one hard. So you have a C that could be like city, which is an S, or like candy, which is a K. Or you'll have a word, a letter like giant, which is, you know, a soft G, and a word like go, which is a hard G. In my language, you have those sounds, but you do not have one letter that represents it like that, because if I did that, okay, for instance, to get a soft G, the word the G has to be followed by either an E, like in gentle, or an I, like in giant. But if it's followed by any of the other vowels, then it's hard, like the O and the I and the U, like gust and gas and, you know, stuff like that. But then you have words that break that rule, like GET, get, where actually it would be jet, but then you got that J. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what I did with mine is I have the letter K doesn't exist because the C is always hard. If it's not hard and you get the S sound, then you use a damn S. So it's just that simple. So for like, if I wanted to say man, it's Kob, Kob, and it's almost it's COB, long O, B, one vowel. I mean one consonant, which lets you know it's not Cobb, which will be COBB. It's Kob because it's only one. So anyway, but because it ends in my language, because it ends with that consonant, you don't just drop it off and say Kob. It's like Kob. almost like you're saying Koba, but not that hard, so it's Kob. So if you have to say woman, you say T-Kob, and man is Kob. So T-Koba, which means T-Kob. So it's T-E-C-O-B. If you were looking at it, you wouldn't necessarily pronounce it correctly because it would look like it's T-O-C-O-B, like Tekob or something like that, but it's T-Koba because there's no short vowel. No short. And then if, like I said, if it ends with a consonant, then you hit that consonant. You don't just let it go. I have to go back up. I'm sorry, guys. I was talking so much. I missed some of what y'all was saying. Yeah, I love them. Yes, my boy, he does. He has a, I'm sorry. Amber was talking about the creator of Dothraki has a whole video. His series is on point. I watched, let me take that back. Not just his series, but I watched every interview he's done. I watch everything he does. The man's brilliant. Everything. I just, ooh, I love it. He goes into everything. Stuff that like inflections and dialects. Like, for God's sakes, Klingon, the basic language of Klingon, still has 3 different dialects, and people don't get that. And then you have different accents depending on what part of Kronos they're from. For instance, most of us speak English. English might not be everybody's first language that's in here, but most of us speak and understand English, right? But so do people in Great Britain. But they don't sound anything like us because they have a different accent. They're still speaking English, but they have a different accent. So people forget that when they're doing, they end up with the Planet of the Hat syndrome where everybody sounds the same and looks the same and talks the same. Well, no, don't forget that when you're building your world, you're building a world, not a vacuum. So even if you decided that everybody on your world spoke the same language, the people in the village are not going to be speaking it the way the people in the city are. So keep those kind of things in mind. And they're going to have probably more broken dialect and all kind of, don't get me going on language. I love it. I love it. You know what I'm having a problem with my language stuff. In my written language, I'm having trouble with punctuation. And I think I'm just deciding that there is not going to be any. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I just think that there's just not going to be, or not in the grand sense, maybe punctuation in the sense where you know that the person stopped talking and then started talking again, kind of punctuation, but not exclamation points, question marks, this, that, and the third. Just something in place of a period that meant that you stopped. And based on what was said in the sentence, you know whether or not it was a statement or a question. So. Yes, I was already doing mine before I found him on YouTube. I already knew about him for a minute, but I was already doing my languages. We worked on it before I saw him on YouTube. So, but he made me, it was one of those situations where he just made me feel like, sure, you're a dork, but you're not alone in your dork. Go ahead and make your own language, girl. It took me 2 years to get that language though, because I was determined to also, after I made up the rules, the phonetic rules and stuff, that I also had to have glyphs, because I have the romanization version, which is how we write shit out, alpha, beta kind of thing. But I have the Sashirian, that's the name of the people, the Sashirian version of what the stuff looks like, and it's so pretty. And that took a minute to put together. That took a minute. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Amber, you got to share something. You got to write a poem or something in your language and then do the translation because, for us dummies who don't know your language. And I wouldn't mind, DL, I wouldn't mind seeing a rap or something from your language. Not a lot of us have complete languages done. And I eventually, excuse me, when I can concentrate, I will do a video speaking in Sashirian. Sashir. Actually, it's not Sashirian. The Sashirians speak it different than the other race, but it's Ishenza. Ishenza. Amber, don't make me cry. But yeah, that'll be, oh my goodness. When I saw the word, because I don't know how you pronounce it, if it's Avan or Avan or Avan or whatever, that looked poetic to me. It just looked so pretty. Oh, I'm definitely going to do it because I have like whole sentences talking about myself in that language. And unfortunately, my brain, I'm kind of glitching. So I can't do it right now. But I can say, no, because I can say dirty stuff in the language. But I'll share it. I'll actually put a chart together so that some of the stuff can be, so that you can see how I did it. And I'll show some of my phonetic rules. And like words that we have that end in ing, for instance, they don't have words that end in ing. If there's a one letter, one glyph that means ing. So if you would have words like root words like walk, talk, dance, who turn into walking, talking, dancing. While with Ishinza, they still have their root words, and then they'll have the piece that's ing. It's just, I forget. I don't remember what it is, to be honest with you. It's probably not even a vowel. It's probably like another consonant that takes that sound. It doesn't sound like ing. And that's the same thing I do with any prefixes and suffixes. Aren't they're broken down into, excuse me, let's just say they're letters instead of all those letters. Like no, I can't even think of something. Okay, we'll go back to ing and I'll just make it up. So like instead of having a word that ends in ing, it just ends in a. So if I had liwa. So like kiss and kissing. Liwa. So you have that. Kissing. Okay, you know what? I'm just surprised you guys hung around as long as you did, keeping me company, keeping me from whatever I was going to do instead. So I appreciate it. And then listening to me dork out. I can't, Stewie, I can't like spur off a lot of it, like just running, talking it fluently, but I can read it. So I know that sounds crazy. So like if I had to sit down and translate this into Ishenza, I could do that. And then just read it back. But I couldn't sit there. I couldn't just sit here and have a discussion with you yet. I plan to be able to, because what'll happen is, when we're all rich and famous and everybody knows our languages because we created all these languages, people are going to learn how to speak them better than us if we don't learn how to speak them. Because that is what it will happen. There are people who literally are fluent in Dothraki or Klingonese. Fluent. So there are like mini soap operas on YouTube somewhere done in completely in Klingonese. So Klingon. So, and I ain't ever been to Kronos. I want to go to Kronos and hang out with the Klingons. But I'm just saying. So, and I don't know if you guys ever heard any Ferengi. That's some crazy shit. my language is sort of like Amber's, I believe, where it's a little poetic. But that's the only reason, like with the Japanese stuff that you all were talking about, the only reason I even have an ear for it is because my son and his friends, they speak in Japanese all the time, and my daughter too. And basically they talk about me in Japanese. I know what they're doing. I looked up some of them fucking words, or assholes. The names they call me. Like, I'll never forget. They even have in their phone, when I call them, instead of having my name in the phone, they have all these fucked up little Japanese shit in their phone talking about me. Like, oh yeah, she's calling. And I can't remember what it was, but one of them just meant like, not childish, bratty little sister. I forget what that is in Japanese. And stuff, terrible stuff. They call me terrible things. Because they're rude. I don't know why they're rude. Oh my Lord, you're gonna have to pronounce the one with the hyphen. Let's see, Washoveki. Washoveki. Is it okay? So is the IE like the way we would say it, where it's just E or I, barley, or are do the vowels stand on their own, where it be barley, 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 and barley? I'm gonna say Washoveki barley. Actually, I think I like Washoveki barley. There you go, barley. Let's see, Washoveki, the God's betrayal. Washoveki barley. Love it. Oh my God. So is it okay? So does Washoveki mean the betrayal, or does it mean the gods, or does it mean gods and barley means the betrayal, or whatever? Tell me. I gotta know now. Or is the wa part of the, or is it God's betrayal the? I want to know. Like, I want to know what order your language falls in. Does it follow like American English, or like American or German, or what is it? I gotta know. Yes. So the apostrophe is connected to the wa, not the Shoveki, not the Shoveki. Wa. So that being the case, is it way or wa? Because it doesn't have anything else with it. It's by itself. So is it way or wa? Is it shul or shul? Is it vel or velk? Velki or velki? Wow. Gotcha. Shul velki or shul velki? Or kai? Because it is alone. It could be kai. And then technically your VELK says that it's vel, but it could be veal in your language. Emphasis on the U, shul velki. Oh, wow. That's so pretty. Shovelki. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. And that's God, Shovelki. Barley. So why is barley betrayal? Is it a reason why that's betrayal? The Shovelki. Dude, that is so cool. That is so cool. Chauvel. That's it. I mean, and does God, is it masculine and feminine or just masculine? Is there a feminine version of Chauvelki, or is Chauvelki all encompassing? Yeah, Amber. I mean, I'm down. Whenever you do a con, whenever I even know that there's a conlang involved, I'm down. I'm there. Excuse me. I'm sorry for nerding on you, Stewie, but I'm just curious. In my Gen series, no, not the Gen series. In my Gemini Rising series, they have feminine mainly. Like there's no masculine version of God in the names, but they are male gods, if that makes sense. I'm not gonna be able to describe that correctly. And like, if a person, it's so weird because like if you have a sibling, there's no such word as sister. If you have a female sibling, she's your brother. Male sibling, he's your brother. There's no word sister. Basically, it's almost like brother just means sibling because there's no word called sibling. I missed something. Wait a minute. Shoveki. It shows a level of love put into the book. Right. It definitely does. That's not a book that you're gonna see written in 2 weeks. Oh, so damn. So basically, I love that. So Shoveki covers it all. There's no plural. It means the plural versions, the female version, the male version, the more than one, love it. Love it. Love it. So so when my thing says by the gods, yours wouldn't even have a by the gods. It would be like by the Shoveki. I love it. The Oakari is a very simplistic language. Oakari, is it Oakari? Oakari? Or is it O? Just O? Or is it just A? Ikari, Okari, Oakari, without the roll. Right. Like mankind encompasses all humans. Akari. So is it a rolled R like Akari or just Akar? E. Akari. I'm from the Akari. Man, this is what's up. See, well, I'm coming from the stuck up place in your world, and we say Akari. So if I hear you say Akari, I'm like, you're a peasant. Gotcha. I was watching back when I went back in the day on Game of Thrones when Arya was still in when she was with Tywin Lannister as his boy servant, and he noticed that she was fake. That he knows that she was a girl, and he also noticed that she was highborn because of the way she spoke. And she explained it away. Well, she couldn't explain the part of it, but being a girl, she's a girl. but she said that her mother taught her how to speak correctly. She wasn't highborn, but her mother taught her how to speak correctly. But he knew something was up with her, and I thought that was so cool because it was so casual. Just as she was saying, basically her version of yes, yes, ma'am, and instead of saying yes'm, she said yes, ma'am, and he knew that she was highborn. So I remember I like stuff like that. Oh my God. Yeah. What's God? Okay. Got him. Got him. That's like my friend Karam. Oh my God. His name is Karam. One R though. Room. Room. Oh me. I can't wait until you have your glossary. Are you gonna do a companion glossary with your story after the second book comes out? Only. Only. Oh, it's so. I'm just saying. Honor. Quiero. Ruma. Ruma. Yes, Ruma. Quiero. Is it like double O or just like one U and two M's kind of sound? I'm sorry. I'm so nerdy. I'm so nerdy. Y'all made my day. Y'all completely made my day. You turned my day around. I can't wait. I can't wait to just have conversations with people. Like, oh, pish tosh, you don't know. I couldn't decide because Amber, I couldn't decide for sure how I was gonna do mine because the book is so long. I thought maybe I would just wait until the second book and do a glossary, and not a legit glossary with full definitions for everything, like even their names and stuff as to what their names were. But I didn't want to say what their names meant in the first book because some of what their names mean is telling, and I don't want them to know certain things yet. There are going to be people who figure it out, which is going to tickle me. Like, oh, wait a minute, doesn't that mean blah blah blah? In Latin or something, and that's going to make me really happy. Okay, that's what I was thinking. So, but I'm not sure. Maybe what I'll do, what, Amber, I think what I'll do is do a mini glossary just for pronunciation purposes and no definitions. And then do the companion book that has all the definitions and stuff like that and has the maps and everything. Because I literally have I don't want to say new universe because Terran space, the Milky Way and all that is part of this my story, but it's not happening anywhere near here. I have my female, oh, she really isn't the female lead actually. The mother of the twins is Terran born. Now she's human. She was not born on Earth though, but she is human. But she was born on, I got to go back and look. I think she was actually born on the moon, but then she lived on Mars. And she was a scientist, and she ends up stranded. What do you call it? I almost said shipwrecked, and that's not it. She can't get back to Terran space. So that's why, and that's how she ends up in that particular realm where she is, but she ends up becoming a queen, so she did okay for herself. The stars guide you. is what it said, most in Avon. In unknown love, pas la striguta me. I'm sorry, pas la striguta me. May the stars guide you. That's so pretty. Please, Amber, write a poem. Please. Okay. I probably should go too because I've been shucking work because I've been doing this fun stuff and I have some other stuff I do need to catch up on. Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce all that. But I'm looking forward to the poem. I'm looking forward to the translation. And I'm looking forward to the glossary to know how to say it correctly. I mean, maybe do a video where you read it. Girl, I will geek for days. The motto for the Albanians is okay, I'm not gonna get this out. Imer waim de luz what est. Vaver da camd the ara wa west. Okay, so something about the east and the west. You went to talking languages and had to go break to geek out. That's so funny. Until the sun sets in the east, we will defend and serve in the west. Is this in Metacore? Or is this coming up in the next book, Stewie? Lord Jesus. I'm still trying not to cry. You guys are making me so happy right now. Until the sun sets in the east, we will defend and serve the west. That's so awesome. Okay, so you guys, I'm gonna go. I pray with all my heart that they don't delete this video. Okay, cool. I pray YouTube doesn't delete this video, but they may. So all this could be lost, but we know what we talked about and we'll get back to it. And there won't be music the next time, so then I won't have to worry about that. So I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. It's 8:40. And I've been on, I don't even know how long I've been on here now. It says 3 hours, over 3 hours. Really? You guys been tolerating me for 3 hours? You're beyond amazing. You guys need medals now. But don't forget, anybody who wants copies of my stuff, just let me know. Well, yeah, they copyrighted one of mine before, and they deleted one of mine before. So I'm hoping that they will copyright this one and not delete it. I hope. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you for helping me not end up in a ball and sleep for 2 days, because that's where I was heading. I will, Stewie, definitely. I'm going to be hitting you up soon. You already know what's going on, so I just need to get my head together where I can where I can take in what you're talking about, as far as the Ingram Spark and all those other places, Kobo, all that is, Barnes and Nobles, because I'm not in the right mindset. Excuse me. I'm always in the mindset to geek out, though, so I almost don't want to say goodbye, but I have to say goodbye. So I will talk to you all very soon. And I really appreciate this, okay? I really do. Good night, everybody. Have a great night.